As fun as it is to hide from the thunder and explore a land full of ghosts and ghoulies and legends and myths, there is always something to do around the house. Beds to be made and rooms to be tidied. Our bedroom is a place of peace, quiet and calm. I like to have very few objects in a bedroom to keep it neat, clean, and to allow my mind to fully rest. After a long busy day, the quietness of this room is a little haven. I suddenly remembered I tucked this away back in February and had completely forgotten about it until today. I saved the rose petals from a bunch of flowers given to me by my husband for Valentine's Day. The petals were so beautiful at the time, I just couldn't bear to throw them away. Waste is something I absolutely abhor. It almost physically hurts inside when I see people throwing away perfectly good things rather than give them to charity, using them in another way, or simply repairing them. Skill sets required in life no longer seem to include the ability to fix and repair. I've bought second-hand clothes before because the owner simply did not know how to sew on a button. Sometimes I worry we have lost the art of looking after things. We have so many objects and items at our ready disposal that many of these things have lost value. I like to make the most of the things around me. Using old dried pine cones and dried oranges and an old Christmas decoration. I've added sweet orange, cinnamon and frankincense oils. I bought these oils as a pack and they have lasted me a good 7 months already. I use them for lots of things: scalp massages, in moisturising cream, on my pillow before bed. They help me to make use of the things around me much more. So much value has always been held even in food leftovers. Scraps are a very important part of the cycle of life and farming. They fed the livestock, nourished the compost, all used to produce food, which would leave scraps, and so the cycle begins again. But this still feels like something that is lost today. Food is regularly thrown away and wasted, left to rot in landfill. Every item has a purpose and a use. Hello everyone, I hope you're well. I just thought I'd answer a question that I've had quite a few times now about the tattoo on my wrist, just here. I'm going to try to explain it as best I can because the reason is apparently people think in two different ways inside their minds. Some people have a running narration, properly formed sentences and grammatically sound sentences, whereas other people think in pictures and other ways, and I tend to meander between the two. So sometimes to connect my brain and my mouth can be very difficult depending on which way I'm thinking at the time. So first off, I'm not actually religious. This is not a cross for Christianity. I consider myself spiritual. I love to explore religions and what they can teach us, and I get those feelings of elevation that take you out of your day-to-day consciousness, I suppose. So it's not for religious reasons. I do love religious imagery, which is partly why I've got it. I find it very medieval, very gothy. When I was a teenager, I was a goth. Certainly tried to be anyway. I loved wearing black. I loved feelings of melancholy. I loved separating myself and away from other people and being very alone. Believe it or not, I loved and still love heavy metal. I find something quite tribal about heavy metal music, and it gets that part of me inside that is the very base human. It's something to do with the drums, a raspy voice. I love a raspy voice, and it helps release part of my personality that I can't release in other ways. That's a little secret, probably surprising that you didn't know about me. So yeah, so this tattoo to me is an homage to my gothic side. The other reason I got it is a little bit more complicated, and this is the part that I think it's very difficult to explain. To me, this cross in a way is a symbol of religion, but to me it's not a symbol of religion, it's a symbol of the complexities of human nature. Over the centuries, certainly in this country and abroad, there have been countless wars, torture, and various other really horrible things done in the name of religion. Equally, there has been so much good done in the name of religion. And, how can I explain this? Something about religion that invokes a feeling in a lot of people that have led people to go to war and die in the name of religion, sacrifice themselves in the name of religion. And this is where it's really difficult to explain, because that is the part of basic human nature that absolutely fascinates me. That's what I find interesting. What is this other? What is this basic need within us to believe something? It's been a long time since I read this, but in Freud's Totem and Taboo, he begins to explain more about why we need to have this totem, this something to hold separate from ourselves, in a sense religion, or having holy animals. He tries to delve into why we have these feelings. As much as you agree or disagree with Freud, it's still good to read. I'm fascinated how laws are made based on religions. For example, how Henry VIII took the church away from the Pope and basically started his own church. And this was all so that he could get a divorce to marry somebody else. Everything had to revolve around religion and what was considered right and wrong in terms of the church. It's historically fascinating how religion has merged over the centuries in this country, and I suppose throughout Europe as well, especially Northern Europe, where pagan and Christianity crossed over. So my tattoo is sort of a recognition of all of that, all the encompassing complexities and trivialities and weird human psychology and lovely human psychology and good deeds and bad deeds. To me, in my mind, I just managed to succinct that into one symbol. I don't know if this makes any sense at all. I can't quite explain eloquently exactly what I mean, so I sort of hope you understand. It's lovely to speak with you again. I put a little bonus video up again this week, just relaxing in the fields to help you go to sleep. I love my sleep, I need a lot of it, so I hope it can help some of you if you're struggling to get to sleep at night. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Take care.